नमस्ते इंडिया। वेलकम टू एन एपिसोड ऑफ वेलनेस के नुस्खे विद डॉक्टर सुजीत पॉल। हम हर बार ऐसा स्पेशल आपके लिए कंटेंट लाएंगे जिससे आपका हर रोज़ का रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी में आपको हेल्पफुल सलाह मिलेगी। हमें बहुत खुशी है आपको बोलने के लिए कि आपने हमारे इस प्रयास को इतना अप्रिशिएट किया है, इतनी तारीफ़ की, आपने इतने हमें मेल्स, व्हाट्सएप्स, ईमेल्स आप हमें एनकरेज कर रहे हो। ये हमें एक नई प्रेरणा देती है आगे बढ़ने के लिए। मैं डॉक्टर सुजीत पॉल का भी शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूँ कि वो बार बार हमारे साथ आ रहे हैं और हमें जीवन के नए नए पहलू दिखा रहे हैं। सर जी नमस्कार। दिस टाइम अराउंड हम बात करेंगे ऑन द मेंटल हेल्थ, लोगों के मेंटल हेल्थ के बारे में। We have been reading a lot about the connection between mindfulness, wellness and well-being. Sir, you being a veteran of corporate India and being working with so many celebrities and international brands closely, you would have traversed across cultures. You would have gone across nationalities. You would have seen multiple people. Sir, what do you feel? What is this mental health all about? Please let our viewers know what this is about.
धन्यवाद इंडिया, धन्यवाद अर्पण. Mental health is such a critical thing where we find the normal emotions get destabilized. If you think of a normal water, when a water gets destabilized, that's exactly what mental health destabilization is all about. So mental health, agar, if I tell you in a very simple way, is when you are not feeling good about anything and everything that circumvents you. For example, if you get a delighted food, you're not feeling good about it. If you're going in a place, if you're going in a journey, if you're doing something, you're not feeling good about it. Even if you're sitting alone, you're not feeling good about it. If you're sitting with your friends, you're not feeling good about it. It means that's a note of caution. You need to check your mental health. So the parameter or the thermometer to check mental health is your own self, where you understand whether you are really feeling good or you are not. So mental health is a large classification that we see when we do consultations, where it is broken down in subsets to understand about your inner feeling about anything and everything that surrounds you.
Wow, thank you, sir. I am referring back to Bollywood here. I remember yesteryear 90s, my growing up years. There was this famous song of Sonali Bendre and Amir Khan. इस दीवाने लड़के को कोई समझाए. दीवाने लड़के से याद आया मेंटल हेल्थ, वेलनेस. सर, इस दीवाने लड़के के कैसे पता चलेगा कि इस दीवाने लड़के को मेंटल हेल्थ के कुछ सिम्टम्स है? हाउ डू वी गेट टू नो?
जैसे मैं कह रहा था, जैसे बता रहा था कि mental health symptoms, first is you need to see and self-reflect yourself. The acute sense of symptoms is definitely, depression and things like that. But prior to depression, anything that happens in the body always throws signals to you. And it is extremely important for you to understand those signals. For example, you're not feeling good appetite. For example, you are not liking what you used to like. For example, you are feeling more melancholy. All these are trigger points for you to understand that going forward, your mental health will translate into depression. So the indexes are very clear in the body. So if you follow your body well, you will see that you can clearly understand that what is going wrong in the mind, and that are red flags for you to understand. It's time to immediately be alert and take care.
So basically we need to watch out for small signs
Trigger
beforehand,
factors,
trigger factors.
Yes.
I again refer back to Bollywood. When I was growing up, yes, this is yesteryears to the power n. जब दिल ही टूट गया हम जी के क्या करेंगे. So for all you people, for all you youngsters who are trying to reach out to the other gender, you will go through heartbreak, but watch out for those small triggers. Those small triggers will be a forebearer of the signs to the come, signs that are going to come beforehand, and you need to watch them out carefully. Now, as we move forward, sir, I remember reading a year or two before about cone. she was talking about going through depression, anxiety. This word depression has got a lot of significance of late with the stress lifestyles, with all the pressure, with the delicate tightrope balancing act that we individuals are doing in our life. Sir, what do you reckon this depression, anxiety in today's difficult lifestyle for the people who are working, for the women who are balancing in between household and work? How do we like combat this dual devils of depression and anxiety together?
I'll take your question in two parts. One is that people who are getting into the syndromes of heartbreaks and similar. Now, it's extremely important that we understand, which I have told in multiple sessions, you need to follow the art of detachment. You should not be attached with someone so much that getting detached causes so much of mental trouble for you. Now, that's the first basic fundamentals that you must understand. Your attachment should not be clinging. There's a difference between clinging and attachment. Now, your attachment should be like a cloud. If it's like a cloud, moment you detach, you don't get a suffering on your mental health back. So do the basics right so that you don't get into those kind of problems. But I think more important is that moment you get into, we always recommend that people must consult a doctor. It's very, very important that at the early time, if you consult a good consultant, if you consult a psychiatrist, if you consult a counselor, they will actually take you through the journey of repairing your mental health by making you understand that what are the root causes and eradicating those root causes and make you feel better. You should not wait till the last moment. It is important that you identify the problems at the onset and attack it right away so that it's a better tomorrow that gets built for you.
Sir, is also reaching out to your confidants or people close to you also an option as per you?
It all depends, because what we find is that sometimes your friends and families, they at times put you more into depression than actually taking you out of that, because people are circumvented by society and societal pressures, etc. So it's a great idea to go to professionals who know how to handle you, go to physicians who knows what they are doing about, and they would not really judge you. Trust in me, most of the times your friends and families first would judge you. That's the worst part that actually puts more pressure on mental health.
I cannot simply but just thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you have touched such a raw nerve by saying this. We Indian society are trying to make a transformation. As we make a new India, we also have to focus on these aspects, and I feel we are coming a long way from the time where this was treated as a taboo. From the time where I remember from some of my friends, I will not take their names for obvious reasons, where people used to say, ये डिप्रेशन विप्रेशन कुछ नहीं होता, ये सिर्फ दिमाग का वहम होता. From there we are coming to a time now where we are willing to seek out help, and that too professional help. It is such a good sign. Not the depression part, the fact that we are willing to reach out for help to, as you rightly mentioned, professional people, because they are the ones who will get back to us, who will support us irrespective of the judgment, keeping the judgment out of the box. Sir, of late we have been noticing, not just of late, India always had this tremendous wellness system, or not just a healthcare system, leaving the Ayurveda, the Unani, all those kind of things aside, Charak and all that. We Indians always believed in some subtle form of exercising, which is not necessarily exercising but yoga. Sir, what do you feel the role of meditation and yoga in this process is? I know all of us don't have time, but what do you reckon? How do we integrate the yoga and meditation into this jigsaw puzzle of daily life and try to like combat depression and anxiety?
For your understanding, Arpan, and our viewers, breathing is a great exercise. And as I always say, that you must understand what is yoga. Most people feel that yoga is some sort of thing that they are seeing, which may or may not be relevant. Now, doing the right thing is always important. If you don't do right yoga, if you don't practice right meditation, it really does not work good for you. Whilst you think, आप सोच रहे कि हम तो meditation कर रहे, काम क्यों नहीं हो रहा? You are not doing what you're supposed to do. So go to a professional who can train you how to breathe well. If you get good quality oxygen inside you, you will have a lot of dopamines that gets released. And the moment a lot of dopamine starts getting released, you will have better flush out and you will have better mental health. So definitely, yoga and meditation does plays a very good role to boost your mental health up. But all these things should be started well in advance. If someone is suffering a mental health, if someone is suffering depression, that point of time they will neither love to do yoga, not meditation, nothing, because they are already in a decharged battery mode. So it's good idea that we all start things early and we all do it in the right way.
So as it is famously known, prevention is better than cure. So it is about we taking proactive steps to being well and to having a good health. So this was such an enlightening discussion. So our key takeaways from this discussion: be proactive, reach out to professionals for help, and yes, before you Google, try to reach out to somebody who's professional enough, be it for yoga, be it for wellness, be it a psychiatrist. And yes, it's no longer a taboo. You might have mental health issues, absolutely normal. As humans, we also tend to crack down, and as sir would attest from his experience and from the plethora of people, multitudes of people he's interacted with, it is absolutely normal, sir, to break down.
Absolutely.
But however, our body is also like a machine which needs maintenance. We need to ensure that the maintenance happens time to time, so that this machine is not just crawling, it walks, it runs, it flies. This was another enlightening episode of Wellness Ke Nuskhe with Dr. Sujit Paul. In case you want us to speak on a topic that touches you, that strikes a chord in your heart, we are there for you. Please feel free to drop a message, WhatsApp or email us on these numbers. We will be there for you on these emails and numbers, and we will come to you with tips that really help you in your daily life. I would like to thank Dr. Sujit Paul, sir, for his valuable tips, and we will be back again with you. Thank you very much. Keep talking to us. Bye bye.